have a new AURI journey going on, and what have you guys thought about the reception of everything?
Really been amazing, hasn't it? I mean, we jumped in on this adventure with no expectations whatsoever, but I mean, the reception and feedback and support has been
It
amazing.
literally left me speechless. The finish leg that we did a couple of weeks ago, it was practically sold out. And I mean, the atmosphere in all of those shows, but maybe especially the last one in Helsinki,
Yeah.
it was like a trance between 1,300 people. And with this kind of music that we do, it was kind of surprising to see how people really got into it. They stood up and they started to dance, and everybody was just part of the music. And I
Yeah.
did not really expect that. And I also did not expect to personally feel so strongly on stage. A start beyond my wildest dreams.
I think the best things happen when you don't expect anything.
Yeah.
And I've heard how you guys talk about AURI. AURI is like this. A lot of times artists go in with a vision and they're trying to create. You guys kind of treat AURI like you're here to cultivate whatever this magical force is and try to express their voice, how they want to be expressed.
Spot on. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
because none of the band members have any ego. We do music for very special reasons. And the fellowship thinking within this group is very strong. And combine all of that, and you get Ari.
Yeah. It's funny listening to this album I've gone through it a couple times, and I kept getting like this image of this felt like the inner music or inner monologue of like a child. I could imagine if I was a kid, kids have the craziest imaginations, and I could imagine that this would be the music or the sounds that they would be hearing inside themselves. That's raw, primal, whimsical, and it kept making me think about how it feels like this project is a pull for those who still feel that magic in their heart as they grow up. Because you and I both know as we get older, it's easy for us to lose the whimsical. We can lose the magic because of all the voices in the world. And Ari feels like, hey, don't forget, it's in you, That's what I feel when I listen to your music.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
This album was so complex where it felt like it was Ari, but it was in a different flow, almost like this was a transitional album for the next chapter, whatever the next chapter is.
yeah. We feel like we are constantly in a state of transition. It's splendid, Tommy, that you feel like that because it's it's not so much it's not so much a conscious decision that we've made. It's just a natural part of our lives and the way that we feel about the world and each other and all of the people in the world that we love, our friends and even our enemies. Not that we have, not that I've got any, I don't think anyway. But it's it's a it's a wonderful vehicle, as we say. It's a wonderful vehicle for really difficult to describe ideas that can't really be described outside of music and poetry. It has to be embraced by the listener in a state of total objectivity. You have to be truly open. And hence, you're going to get people go, oh, well, this is dreadful, this is awful. And other people who go, this is just sublime and transcendental. But you can't listen to opinions, really.
No.
You just can't do that. And as an artist, you're sunk because your whole reason for being an artist is dissolved into vanity if you try that. If you go down that road, it's like if you listen to criticism or anywhere, it's like a quicksand that just pulls you into a dreadful state of emotional insecurity and again the word vanity. So you've got to try and move outside of that as an artist and as a musician, composer, or whatever you want to describe it as. And I think you nailed it there. What you just said about the childlike aspect of it as well, of reconnecting with innocence. I think more than anything, to reconnect with the innocence of preschool, if you want to go that far back. But it is all there. It is all there in AURI. It is our raison d'etre, really.
Yeah, your music touches on so many things. It touches on death and life and love and rediscovery and new horizons, but it does it in such a way that if you truly listen, it's going to change you. And I was debating on sharing this with you guys, but I think it's important. So when I first discovered you guys a couple years ago, I was in this is a little personal story. I hope it doesn't bother you guys, but I was in a very transitional part of life. I went through I was married for 10 years. I ended up going through divorce, and I was kind of like at a crossroads. And I also grew up in a very religious, structured household. And you can believe whatever you want, no shame. For me, though, it was a little bit more destructive, but I dedicated my life to it. For 20 years, that was my purpose in life. And now my life just upheaval. And that was when I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make. I missed out on a lot of music. I made a YouTube, and I said, I wonder if anybody would be interested in wanting to sit down with me and listen to some music. And somebody recommended AURI, so I go down the rabbit hole, and I'm a huge metalhead, but AURI is like you guys. It's one of my favorite groups. I listen to you guys more than even metal, and I will never forget when I heard Kiss the Mountain. That song spoke to that inner turmoil inside of me, where I was so afraid to take a new path in life because of what I was raised in. And that song is one of 3 songs that changed my life, changed my path. Seriously, like it changed how I saw things.
So Kiss the Mountain was a bit of a giant killer then.
That was man, I did a reaction to it here on YouTube, and during that I broke down, and I kind of explained it in the video. I'm very honest about my emotions. I don't, you know, and it's awesome how I love how you guys approach this. I love that you all are we're here, we're following our heart, and let's see what happens. I wanted to share that with you guys because that was a life-changing moment that I cannot go a day without looking back and thinking that affected me on such a deep heart level. And kudos to you for being willing to let the music speak,
Thank you.
Wonderful. I'm sure I can speak for all 3 of us that that's we're honored, really. You react.
I wanted to ask, since this project is a very, you had no expectation, you kind of roll into it. When it's something like this, where you guys you don't premeditate, it just happens. How has this affected your own personal life, this project?
Well, it is our life. It's part of our lives, really. I mean, it's the result of our friendship and our way of life and the way we look at the world and feel it. And we just want to share it. I think through AURI, like you described earlier, so beautifully, you've tapped into the same energy that we feel while creating it. It's a miracle. It's magical. It's the few rare things in life still left that feel like magic. There is still that element of magic and fantasy in the world. We just need to rediscover it and unearth it from our daily lives.
I can imagine as you guys are sitting back and you're kind of like just throwing, you're putting out this music that you kind of have it's just kind of you guys are like the conduits of it. I can imagine coming into it with no expectation has to be like a great way to approach this. And one of the things I was thinking about, and you mentioned it to us, was um, how does this translate, this sound from studio to live?
First of all, the transition was far easier than we ever imagined. It was clear from the very first rehearsal, first day, after about 7 minutes of playing together, that this is really gonna work. We immediately realized there's some kind of very special fellowship going on between AURI, between us three, and also our dear guest musicians, Kaitsu, Johanna, and Mikko. So something special just happens when we do this live, and I've also heard it from friends and fans and family members. For example, my brother, I was just talking to him a couple of nights ago, and he was in the Helsinki concert, and he was like, bloody hell, man. I mean, I like the records, but it's on a whole different level listening to you guys live. So I guess the chemistry and the emotions that we have as band on stage, it transfers into the audience and back and forth and back and forth. It's like a tennis match. Something special happens, and I'm not sure I even want to know what that is. That's the beauty of magic. You don't want to know.
It's funny, Troy, you were talking about too, almost like approval, like the approval of people, right? Especially when you guys are on this level of music. And it's funny, I feel like so many people are going to live their whole life so focused on trying to get the approval of others instead of simply getting the approval of themselves.
Yeah, well said. That's the quicksand that I referred to. But you really have to disconnect yourself from all of that. I mean, you can't possibly have a balanced life until you find balance within yourself. You just can't. And yet people are in hot pursuit of it all the time, seeking validation, seeking compliment, seeking praise all the time. And it's just it's noise, and I've always felt, even since I was little, that music and the magic of music, the magic of this mystery, this living mystery of frequency and its ability to change your life. I always felt that was some kind of bypass to all of the struggle and the fear and the noise and the pain and the envy and the nastiness and the division and all of those negative things that plague people. I always felt that music was somehow some sort of antidote, that it was like there's something in there, like a fabulous antibiotic.
Yeah.
That I always felt like that. And now that I'm 97 years old, it feels like it's even more emphasized in me. So when, like Thomas and Johanna were just talking about the Helsinki show and the difference between the recorded material and the live experience, I think it's because we're in the real live, breathing the air in real time, the same air that everyone in the venue is breathing. And we are creating this music from scratch, even though we keep it as accurate and as to the note as we can. I mean, we have got lots of leeway. We do have room for improvisation to a degree, but we do like to keep it. Yeah, but the Helsinki show was. I think that was it. I think it was a kind of apotheosis for me in my live music career. I mean, I've done thousands of shows, thousands of gigs, but that one, there was something in there, in that tent. It was like a big circus tent.
Yeah.
so there was cold air coming from the back, there was heat coming from the front, there was the lights, and there I am on stage with the people I love, playing this music that I adore, and there was a massive wave of magic and of love, rebounding around the venue. So it's definitely one of the top 3 shows I think I've ever done, ever in my life. If we can recapture that, I think we will. I think we'll recapture it every night. We certainly will on stage. And
Yeah.
I think we're going to have an audience of allies. I don't think we're going to have. Hopefully, we won't have any horrible, nasty types in there to ruin the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's almost like a confirmation of sorts that this Helsinki show, to be able to be in the flesh
Yeah,
and step out in complete vulnerability, because you guys are, you said you have room for improvising and everything, and the energy given back from the people. I mean, people, if they're going to an AURI show, you know they're hungry for magic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's what I would like to believe, and up to now that belief has been confirmed. We've only done 5 shows. The Helsinki show was the last of that first leg. We've got 2. We've got another week before we go to Manchester, and then we're out for a month. But it was the perfect confirmation, really, that we were seriously on the right track. You know, we were climbing and the right tree. You know, we were heading into the AURI biosphere.
Yeah.
And it was quite a feeling. You should have been there.
Oh man. I tell you, when you guys dropped the announcement of the new album and everything, it was like so quick to pre-order. Um, because this journey, dude, this journey of your guys' music has been, like I said, it's been instrumental. It's more than music to me personally. And it's exactly what you said. You know, as we are getting older and as we're going through life, we realize what's truly important in this world.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree that music is a catalyst, because right now there are so many voices that want to divide people. They want to cut people out. They want us to hate each other. But yet a song can bring somebody of a completely different background and combine with someone like me or like you, and we can be different beliefs, different
Yeah.
way of thinking, but yet that song can be a spark that provokes conversation or deepness, you know, relationships.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a credo of ours, if not that what AURI music is, you know, and what you've just been talking about there. It's there are 2 different levels of music. There's music for entertainment and there's music for self-discovery. That's always been again, this goes back to what I said earlier about being a kid and my suspicion that music was something otherworldly and magical that I couldn't possibly describe unless I got involved in it to try and understand it and become friends with it. So, but we always say that, you know, music for entertainment is fantastic. There's nothing like dancing around to Enter Sandman or anything, you know, or ABBA or John Bon Jovi. There's nothing. However, that's music for entertainment. We feel strongly that AURI is a bit more than that, you know. Well, that's how it's designed. It's designed to get guys like you, Tommy, to go, oh, yeah, this is it. Yeah, I feel exactly how they feel. You know, if we can get the audience to experience even half of how we feel through the music, then that's a major triumph. But yeah, music for self-discovery is to be listened to on your own in a dark
This is absolute.
with headphones.
But we will not be offended in the least if you want to take AURI just as entertainment.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Don't get the wrong end of the stick. Everything's completely open with this. AURI is music for self-discovery, but, you know, you listen to some of the songs, Blakey Ridge, you know, it's dance music, you know. You can dance to it. I mean, I personally, I can dance to Kiss the Mountain.
Yeah.
I can dance to that. I can dance to Boy Traveling with His Mother. I can dance to them. It's just not physically. It's not physical. I'm not physically dancing to them, but I am a state of joy when and that's another thing about AURI is I can actually disconnect myself from it, and I can listen to it as if I've never heard it before.
Yeah.
And that's a big mystery to me.
Yeah, it's with listening to the albums on repeat, there are still times where I'm like, oh, I didn't hear that note before, or I didn't hear the way that melody went quite like that. That's kind of new to me. You know, you guys have tasted, you guys, I feel like have been able to create what you wanted throughout your life and what you have been able, all the projects you've been a part of and the music that you all have created is spectacular. But I think too, you said that AURI feels a little bit different. I think it's because maybe you guys have experienced so much. You've created for artistic expression. You've created for self-expression. You've created for all plethora of amazing reasons. But out of the people I've talked to, I've never heard somebody say, we just want to facilitate this primal energy that is this project AURI. We're letting it do its thing and we're just the conduit of it. And that's on another level of special. And that you guys have the ear to hear that and abide by it.
Wonderfully put.
Yeah. I mean, it really keeps you humble once you tap into the magic of things. You appreciate them on a whole different level. And I mean, with music, it's impossible to have an ego because it's such a huge, it's almost like a holy energy that runs through you when you listen to it, when you play it, when you sing it. There's something that none of us can explain. Nobody can explain the magic of music yet. And I think that's wonderful. And that's something that keeps you really humble. And when you get to channel something larger and more mystical than your consciousness, you know, can take in or fathom, it's beautiful. And yeah, I think we all compose first and foremost for ourselves, you know, when we get the goosebumps and tears, then we know that we're onto something and there is something in it, something maybe truth, but no logic oftentimes. But yeah, beautiful journey. And it keeps you really humble and grateful. And the fact that you get to share it with kindred spirits is one of the magic, I would say, of AURI, the thing that lifts us up to another level. It's transcendental because of it, because of the almost like a beehive, a hive mind, sorry, hive mind mentality that we all share. Yeah.
Well, you guys have done it. You all have done it. And yeah, you understand the value of humanity. You understand that music is that catalyst that can put joy in people's hearts and help people to come together despite being so different. And this was awesome, guys. I'm really grateful to hear your thoughts and to be part of this little journey and be able to talk with you guys. Sorry about the little mix-ups in the morning. This is not my typical, so I do apologize for that. And but I really do appreciate your all's time. And I'm so excited for what's up ahead. I'm cheering you on.
Thank you so much.
So much.
It's been wonderful talking to you, Tom. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you somewhere down the road at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm excited for you guys, man. And I'm excited for your future and what comes out of this beautiful thing you guys have created.
You are a lovely man.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You sure are. Till next time. See
All
ya.
right.